Sonny, part 1. Dad had pulled up some floorboards. "Hello," he said. "What's this?" Under the floor was a stone. It had some strange writing on it. Dad was going to throw the stone away, but Chip wanted to keep it. "Look at this," he said to Biff. "Do you think the writing is Chinese?" "I don't know," said Biff. Chip took the stone to school. He showed it to a boy called Hong. "Yes, it is written in Chinese," said Hong. "I can't read it, but my grandfather can." Hong's grandfather always came after school to take Hong home. Chip showed him the stone. "Yes, it is Chinese," said Hong's grandfather. "It says, 'Do you mind?'" "What a strange question," said Biff. "It may be a riddle," said Hong's grandfather. "See, the stone is broken. Maybe the answer is on the other half." Chip gave Hong the stone to keep. He put it in his bag. "May Hong come round to play with us?" asked Biff. "All right," said Hong's grandfather. They went to play in Biff's room. "What is a riddle?" asked Chip. "It's a puzzle in words," said Hong. "Here is a good riddle," said Hong. "How do you spell hungry horse using only 4 letters?" "We don't know," said Biff. "It's easy," laughed Hong. "MTGG. Here's another riddle. What is this? The more it tries, the more it gets wet." Suddenly, the magic key began to glow. The magic took them to a rocky valley. 4 paths met. There was a signpost pointing 4 ways. Each way pointed to Riddle Mountain. A boy was sitting on a rock. "My name is Dai," he said. "I want to go to Riddle Mountain, but I don't know which path to take. I can't think of the answer to this riddle." The riddle was on the tall post. It said, "It's only one color, but it can grow. Sticks to your feet wherever you go. There in the sun, not in the rain. Never does harm, never feels pain." "The answer is a shadow," called Hong. "Look at the shadow of the post. It points up that path. That must be the way." "Are you sure?" asked Biff. "Yes, it's a riddle," said Tai. "Let's go." "It is hard to get to Riddle Mountain," said Tai. "It will be dangerous. I may never get there." "Then why do you have to go?" asked Biff. "I want to be the riddle maker," said Tai. "I have to get to Riddle Mountain. I have to answer all the riddles on the way. The last riddle is the hardest. No one has ever found the answer." Suddenly, a huge giant stood in the way. "I hope he is friendly," said Chip. "Answer this riddle and you can pass by," warned the giant. "Write down how much I weigh," he said. "But he must weigh tons," said Biff. "No, it's a riddle," said Hong. "I can't do it." He wrote down the answer. "Good luck in the land of riddles." said the giant. What did you write down? Asked Chip. I wrote the words, how much I weigh, said Hong. It was not far to the top of the hill. Suddenly, a dragon stood in the way. I hope he's friendly, said Hong. Look, said Biff. There are bubbles coming out of his mouth. The dragon spoke. Over there is Riddle Mountain, it said. You have a long way to go. Help, said Tai. The journey looks dangerous. Below was a black lake. Across the lake, the land was dry and rocky. Beyond, there were a deep river and dark forest. Far away, there was a tall, gray mountain. Huge bubbles came out of the dragon's jaws. Answer this riddle, it said. How many sides does a bubble have? That's easy, said Hong. It has two, the inside and outside. He said. Good, said the dragon. Now step inside this bubble. Hong stepped into the bubble. It began to float away. Step into a bubble, yelled Hong. They all stepped inside the bubbles and floated up and up. This is scary, said Biff. What if the bubbles pop? They floated on and on. At last, they began to float down to the black lake. I hope the bubbles don't pop here, yelled Chip. Then the bubbles popped as the children fell into the lake. Suddenly, a huge serpent rose out of the water. I don't like this adventure. What is this? Said the serpent. The more it dries, the more it gets wet. It's easy, said Hong. It's a towel. Good, said the serpent. Now climb on my back. The serpent swam across the lake. How do you know the answer to all these riddles? Hong asked Tai. I don't know, said Hong. They just come to me. Goblins were waiting for the children. They pulled and pinched them. Ouch, that hurts, said Chip. Ha, you wouldn't answer the next riddle, said one of the goblins. The goblins put the children in a cage. One of the goblins stole the magic key. Oh no, said Biff. Now we can't get home from this adventure. The Goblin King spoke to them. Answer this, he said. How do you want to die? We don't want to die, said Chip. Hong began to laugh. It's not funny, said Biff. We don't want to die. It's a riddle, said Hong. Don't worry, I know the answer. Now read part 2. Dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.